Good afternoon and welcome back to the Perkins Garage's YouTube channel for another walk around video. Today we're walking around this lovely Mustang Mach-1, but before we do get started, if you'd be kind enough, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you did have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. So this here is a grabber yellow Ford Mustang Mach-1 featuring the 5-litre V8 engine producing 460 PS of power and 529 Newton meters of torque. All that power and all that torque is transmitted to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual gearbox. We are registered on a 71 registration, so we'll take Ford warranty with us until September 2024. The vehicle has done just under 20,000 miles, but like always, I'll get the exact number once you're on the dash in a minute. So sit pretty and let me walk you round this lovely Mach-1 Mustang. So to begin with, I've left the daytime running lamps on, so you can see just how visible they are, and even the brightest of some of the days. They might be flashy in your video, simply because the frequency in which my camera records at. But let me assure you, they're looking amazing in real life. And they've also got the LED adaptive headlights just inside there as well, so we've got some really high quality headlights all the way around. Take a step back quickly, we can see a few other little goodies to talk about. This has the black hood stripe with white decals around the outside, and it also extends to the body stripes down the side of the wings there. We have some aero to talk about as well. That includes the front splitter, the belly pan, and also the brake foil to cool down the 6-piston Brembo brake calipers. So you have airflow through the front grille into the braking system through those vents there. So that's a little bit about the aero packaging and the nice hood details you can see there. We're going to walk around the bumper now and we're going to talk about some sensors. So the sensors on this vehicle, we have one there which is for the automated lights. It gets dark, the lights come on. And when your headlights need to come on, we have automated headlights, automated wipers, and we also have that one there for the traffic sign or traffic speed sign recognition software. Coming back down to earth now, we can look at these gorgeous 5-spoke magnetic, well, I think they're magnetic, matte magnetic alloy wheels, and they've got the Michelin tyres on them as standard. I mentioned earlier we have the 6-piston Brembo brake calipers, so they are going to stop you in no time at all. Mach-1 badging appears on the wings either side, and I really like what they've done with the two-tone effect with the magnetic wheels and the magnetic mirror covers also. It gives that really nice two-tone effect, as you can see on the rear spoiler lip as well. I'm going to move around the vehicle to the driver's door. On the driver's door we have the keyless entry system. A tap behind the door handle unlocks the car, tap there, locks the car. Quite self-explanatory. It's a very convenient system if you've got the keys in your pocket or your handbag and you don't be scrambling around for them. Now at the rear of the vehicle, we're going to show you a bit of the body. What I'm going to do first, just so you've got a fare, is I'm actually going to shut the boot. I wonder it was bibbing at me. So yeah, it didn't have that gap, I just left the boot open. So now at the offside rear, let me start nice and high and we'll shimmy our way down the vehicle, showing you how gorgeous all these body panels are. So this vehicle also has fitted the Magna Ride suspension. So it's an active suspension that is going to give you the best ride possible. Round the back of the vehicle now, we have the active quad exhaust system. So if you've never been in a Mustang before, on these ones you've got different exhaust modes, so whether it's quiet, and the quiet on a V8 Mustang is a godsend. What you can do is dull everything down, make it nice and quiet, so if you are in a residential area, leaving early in the morning, turn the exhaust to quiet and they won't hear you leave. So you can be very nice to your neighbours as well. But if you don't want to be nice to your neighbours, you've got Sport Plus or Racetrack, and that obviously makes a growl. Sounds absolutely fantastic. The acoustic from a 5-litre V8, top of the tree for me. At the back there we have a high definition reversing camera just above the Mach-1 badging. We'll look inside the boot in just a second, but before we do, I'm going to show you around the near side. So the near side of the vehicle, once again, I'm going to give you some nice seductive angles. It's a bit shadier this side. I'll try my best. Like so. Beautiful. And please note also, this lovely magnetic grey spoiler lip. That does just sit there lovely. I'm a big fan of that. So down the near side now, we're going to walk all the way down. I'll show you also the near side rear wheel. Again, 19 inches in diameter. These are 275s 40s, where the fronts are 255 40s, so slightly wider tyres on the rear there, but you've got the gorgeous magnetic matte 5-spoke alloy wheel design there as well. Okay, let's start to look inside the vehicle. So coming round, what we can do is open up the boot, and a little pressure release there, and we have the Mustang rear boot. It is rather flat, but you'll be surprised how long this boot actually is as well. So maybe you're a golfist, for example, you can get all your golf sticks in there, not a problem whatsoever. Obviously I wouldn't recommend putting a dog in there because it might get quite dark, but there is plenty of space for maybe a couple of suitcases and all your travel needs you might ever require. Underneath the boot liner there is a tyre compressor and sealant kit, so you can always pump your tyres up when you're going along. Let's go have a look inside now. So again, keyless entry on the door, so you can tap on the door handle and that grants you access. I'll turn the ignition off quickly just so it doesn't beep at me any further. There we are. So on the driver's door card we obviously have a handle and interior locking, and just below that is both front windows and your mirror controls. And around now we can have a look at the Recaro racing seats. These are a thing of beauty. So these are electrically controlled at the front, so you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-way electrically adjustable with your lumbar support there as well. Obviously your embroidered Recaro livery at the top there as well. I'm just going to jump inside the vehicle. You might hear a bit of distortion on the microphone, so just bear with me for a second. So this is the best thing about a V8 Mustang. Foot down, click the noise button, and that turns everything on. So to begin with, I'm going to run you through the electronic dashboard. So here we go. So get rid of all of those. I'm going to put some petrol in it in a minute. I'm just going to turn the air conditioning on, otherwise I might leave you. There we are. It's rather warm today, as you can tell at the bottom there. Anyway, so the left hand side is where we have your RPM times 1000 with your gear selector indicator in the middle, at the moment obviously in neutral. And on the right hand side is where you have your speedo with the digital readout in the middle. A fuel gauge features at the bottom with your digital readout there as well. And the mileage of the vehicle was 19,823.7. This vehicle comes with selectable drive modes. I'll show you the switches in a minute, but you can go from normal. You have My Mode, which you can adjust to your preferences. You have a Sport Plus, we have a racetrack, a drag strip, and also a snow and wet. Then back to normal. What we can also do is open up the Mustang settings, so you can adjust My Mode accordingly, so you can see exactly what My Mode is set up, so you can adjust that to your exhaust preferences, your drive modes. But this is what I was referring to earlier about the quad exhaust system, which is an active system, so you can adjust the level of exhaust to your preference, whether it's a quiet start, a quiet mode, sport or racetrack. So they've really thought about everything for all eventualities. If you are taking this Mustang to a track, we have some lovely track apps on there, whether it's an acceleration timer, brake performance, line lock, and also a lap timer on there as well. So you've got tons of goodies in there. We have a performance shift indicator, rev, launch control, rev match, gauges, and my colour. So you might notice the grabber yellow has been matched on the dashboard with a lovely yellow colour indeed. Perfect. So we're going to come out of there and back onto the main screen like so. This vehicle also does feature different steering modes, so I'll just show you those quickly. We have a normal steering mode, sport steering, comfort steering, and back to normal. So depending on what type of driving you're doing, you can get the steering to suit that also. I'll just zoom out slightly and take you around the steering wheel. The left hand side is where you'll have all your volume controls, and the right hand side is the arrows I was using to control the digital dash. Just below that we have the cruise control, so you can see there you can easily set your speed and nice to cruise with. And the right hand side, all on that cluster, different navigation, phone connectivity, settings, pick up decline phone call, music, and the Mustang button is where it takes you to all of your settings on the dash like so. So that's a bit about the steering wheel and all the features of the digital dashboard. So first thing I'm going to note is this vehicle has the B&O premium audio system, so really lovely crisp sound system throughout. And obviously from there and click on your music button and adjust all of your sound systems or settings accordingly. Obviously you've got to have the radio on to do that, otherwise it won't work. Just turn that down slightly, so you can just see what I'm talking about. Actually I'll turn it all the way down. I don't want any more copyright infringements. I'm sorry YouTube. So we've got the treble, mid-range, bass. I mean, it's above my pay grade, but if you know what you're doing and enjoy that sort of thing, you'll have a great time doing that. Down there we have a climate screen, so we also have manual buttons, of course, with nice little flippy switches. So we have dual zone air conditioning, so both sides of the cabin can be set to individual temperatures, along with the heated steering wheel, rear demist, different flows of vents in the middle there, and an automatic function on the top right hand side of the screen. Return home once more. We also have the forward sync navigation. I've used sync navigation for many years now, never let me down. I think it's brilliant. And the thing with the sync navigation is once you get your directions or navigation set, all of the directions come up on the dashboard ahead of you. I am a big fan of that also on my vehicle. So that's the navigation. And don't forget, this screen is fully supportive of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So whichever software you have on your mobile, plug your phone in using the USB cable port down there and mirror your phone onto the screen. If you'd like to see what that looks like, please refer to some of my photographs where I've taken a few with my phone connected. I myself am an Apple user, so I get Apple CarPlay, and for me what that does is enable Siri on the voice command button on the steering wheel. So when you're driving along, you can summon Siri and Siri will call home, set reminders, play music, play podcasts, audiobooks. You can request it to do a whole range of things, but importantly it keeps your hand off your phone whilst you are driving. There's other features for that as well, such as your Apple Maps. You can have Google Maps, Waze, anything. It's all usable on that screen ahead of you. So that's a little bit about the screen. I won't go too much into detail, but what we'll show you quickly is the high definition reversing camera. Like so. Down here is all the dual zone climate control buttons. So these are the physical buttons and not on the screen. And just below that once more we have a mode button, a steering mode select, traction control off, we have the hazard switch, and also the glorious engine start stop button. Coming out there just quickly, we have the 6-speed manual gearbox control, which is the short shifter, so that absolutely flies through the gearbox. That is such a positive sensation. I am jealous of the person who gets to drive this on a daily basis, because that, if you're into your cars, that's mesmerising. Make sure it's neutral. So you've got the quick shift 6-speed manual gearbox with the old school proper handbrake. Okay, so that's about it for today. I'm just going to show you a bit of the passenger Recaro seat as well. I'm going to pan it back round to the MACH-1 M2947 chassis number. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. Any questions or comments you may have, leave them in the comments section below. Or if you want to give us a call, 01376 550 899. Thank you, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.